Morning, everyone. This is ELT 115, Section 3 on May 29th session. Good morning, Claudia. Elizabeth, how's your life going so far?
Nice, David. Yours?
Life is busy for me, but it's good. How about for your families?
They are healthy.
That's good. That's little, but that's a lot, right, these
Yes.
days? Exactly. Good morning, Juan Pablo.
Hello, teacher.
How's it going? How is it going? How are you doing?
I don't understand.
How are you? How are you today?
Fine, I think. Sleepy and cold.
Alive and cold. Okay, a good combination. Have you had anything to drink? Anything hot?
Yeah. I'll make a coffee.
Oh, okay. So you are taking care of yourself. That's good. And Claudia, is your microphone working? Claudia, is your microphone working? Are you there? Let me check the chat. Maybe she is. Okay. She's not. She's not typing in the chat. So, oh, you can't. Is it because of your voice or because of a technical issue? Good morning, Nelson.
Good morning, teacher. How are you?
Just like Juan Pablo, alive and cold.
I think it's the same for me.
Okay. Sleepy as well.
Yeah.
Well, I think at some point during the first sessions that we had, I told you about this possibility of moving this class, this Friday very early class, to a different moment in the day. I remember even showing you my schedule and seeing if you had any possibilities to move it. I know that for some of you this might be a killing experience to wake up so early in the morning. So, so it's still the possibility is open. Let me see if I can find the schedule. Yeah, I have it open. I'm going to share it for you for just a few moments. And we have a class on Friday here. And well, there's not much of a, but we can move it to, if you are available, to Thursday afternoon. One chance if you have this moment of the day available, right? Going to use yellow. And also right here on Tuesday. So consider it if you are available, and if you have, if you don't have any classes there, I'm available on Thursday from 2:30 up to 4:30, and Tuesday from 3:30 up to 7. So it's up to you. The ball is in your field now. Okay, it's totally up to you to decide whether you change this class or not to a different. I'm available, right? Available those those dates. Good morning, Fernando. Good morning, Valentina. How are you all doing today?
They're very good, and you?
All right, all right, all right, all right. Cold hands, but all
Yes.
right. And how about you, Valentina?
No, I'm fine. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to take the sleep away, but I'm trying my best.
What are
I'm
your
really
strategies?
um not to stay in bed,
Okay,
or else I'm going to fall asleep.
right. What time did you get up?
Um, like an hour ago, maybe.
Okay,
Not that much, but I didn't sleep that much, so that's why.
all right, all right. Not a good night's sleep.
No, a terrible one.
All right. Was it the same for you, Fernando, as Valentina? Did you have a good night's sleep?
Yeah. Yes, I have slept well.
Okay, all right. And what time
Yeah.
did you get up today?
8. No, 8.
Okay,
8 o'clock. Yes.
8 o'clock. All right, all righty. I I got up at 6:15 today because I planned to do some things, but it didn't work out quite well. So I felt like I got up early, but I didn't use the time as I wanted to. Okay, so I'm a little bit disappointed on that, not using the time as I wanted to. Um, did you have any issues with the speaking task? Were you able to download the Word file with the speaking task and the rubric? Was it okay for you?
Yes. We have to read all the text, or
Yes, yes, Elizabeth. You have to read all the text this time, and the difference is because of the pace. Some people speak very fast or read very fast. Others are slow readers. Um, so the amount of evidence that someone who speaks fast provides is more than the amount of evidence to make a judgment, right? Is that someone that reads slow provides. So that's the idea. Okay, so this time you're going to be reading the whole text. Usually, um, we ask students to read only for 1 minute, 1 minute and a half. Okay, but this time we're going to try a different methodology. Okay, just this time. Um, okay, this evaluations are the speaking test, right? The listening one and the writing one are focused on vowel sounds, right? Monophthongs, diphthongs, and triphthongs, and that's why I would like to share with you this short exercise. Um, we're going to do this exercise. I think we already worked on this one before, but this is a different recording, and this time you're going to take a leading role. So what we do now as a group, you will have 20 to 25 minutes, and you're going to do it yourself, okay? Just give me a second. Okay, I think I'm sharing the YouTube page, and I think I'm sharing the audio as well. Let me double check with you guys. Can you listen to the sound, the video sound?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So the idea is that in the first exercise, we're going to focus on vowel sounds only. Okay, we're going to listen to the video for a few seconds. We're going to identify vowel sounds, and then we're going to share the results. Okay, first exercise. Second exercise, we're going to listen to a different section of the video for a very few seconds, and we're going to focus on consonant sounds, okay, on the initial consonant sounds, okay? So the first time is vowel sounds in any position, and the second task is consonant sounds in initial position, okay? So I'm going to play the recording, I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to give you some time to identify the vowel sounds present in all the words, okay? Here we go with the first exercise. Remember, listen, write whatever the speaker says, identify the vowel sounds with phonemic symbols, okay? Is the task clear, the first one?
Yes.
All right. Scarlett, good morning. Good morning, Scarlett. I didn't say hi to you. Are you there? Let me see if she has typed anything in the chat. Nothing in the chat. Do you have a working microphone, Scarlett? Okay, I just wanted to say hi, and I wanted someone to tell me what the instructions were to be sure that everyone understood the same, right? So I'm going to play the video, listen to the speaker, write whatever she said in English, identify the vowel sounds using phonemic symbols. Here we go.
So for the past 20 years, I've been helping Malaysians and other Southeast Asians to So for the past 20 years,
Okay, that's the first part.
so for the past 20 years, so for the past 20 years,
Maybe you should refresh the page. No.
Thank you. But are you able to listen to the video? I mean, watch and listen?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
so for the past 20 years, So for the past 20 years,
Okay, did you get that first part?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, I'm going to move on with the next the next utterance, the next statement, all right?
I've been helping Malaysians and other Southeast Asians to speak better English. So for the past 20 years, I've been helping Malaysians and other Southeast Asians to speak better English. So for the past 20 years, I've been helping Malaysians and other Southeast Asians to speak better English. For 20 years, I've been helping Malaysians and other Southeast Asians to speak better English. So for the past 20 years, I've been helping Malaysians and other Southeast Asians to speak better English.
All right. So now at this moment you are identifying the vowel sounds present in this presentation, right? In this section of the presentation. Sorry, that's all right. I think I fixed it. Okay, and now I'm going to try to share this with you guys. So let's discuss the options that you have here. So for the past 20 years, let's focus on the vowel sounds here. So I don't think she used a more RP diphthong, the one that started with a schwa. O, so. So I guess she used so. You have the options here of using a long or, right? For, but since this is a preposition, prepositions are function words. When you are using a function word as like, like a preposition, an article, function words usually we use weak forms, and we're using a weak form. Basically, we instead of using, for example, in this case, the long o, as in for, right? For, we use a weak form, which is changing the long o for a schwa. Usually, that's the change that we do with function words. Instead of using the other vowel sounds in the strong form, we use a schwa, and this becomes the weak form. So both of them are correct now, right? For or f, but just for you to know, okay? Did you have a schwa there?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. There are two options here. Past, if you heard more like a general American speaker saying it, or you can have a long past, if the speaker sounds more British, or the speaker is using a more British-like pronunciation or accent. 20, very clear here, 20. Just a comment, this in this course, it would be the same if you're using the
Se cayó.
Okay, I think we're back after some internet connection issues. I'm not sure if I'm sharing the same presentation, therefore I'm going to start sharing it again. So for this course, ELT 115, it's okay if you use a long E like this or a long E like this, okay? And then years, we have a short E, okay? Years. Some speakers may use a diphthong here, years, okay? Which is totally okay. Usually this is seen in received pronunciation, the use of a diphthong, here, just like in words like here, right? In General American, we tend to use, instead of a diphthong, I mean, not we, General American speakers tend to use a short E instead of a diphthong, right? The next section, the next statement, I've been helping Malaysians and other, probably we can think about a diphthong here, right? I, right here, been, helping, right? Helping Malaysian, and other, right? We have a schwa here, considering that in this word is this syllable, the one that is stressed, right? So remember that a schwa can be most of the times found in unstressed syllables. I mean, every time you have an unstressed syllable, there is a very, very high possibility that you will have a schwa. So for example, this is not ma, but m, Malaysian, jin, okay? Very lax mid-central vowel sound. Always remember that it's very lax, okay? In this one, you have a chance of using a trap. Now you're using a trap if you're emphasizing this word. And I brought a sandwich, Coke, some French fries, and a piece of meat, and a piece of cake. Okay, if you're stressing, you can use a trap. But if you're not stressing and you're really like, I've been helping Malaysians and other, and another. So an is not important here. We're not stressing this word. So you're not using and. You're using just a schwa, and, a very relaxed sound, right? Again, because this is a function word, okay? Function word. Other, you need to have a wedge at the beginning, and here a schwa, other, right? And of course, depending on the dialect, you can use a final or not using it, right, at all. And that feature is called rheticity, okay? When in rheticity, I'm sorry about the terrible handwriting. Rheticity is the feature that implies that in a language, in a dialect, right, in an English dialect, you can have a final so if you have a final in a dialect, you call that a rhotic language, a rhotic dialect, more than a language, a rhotic dialect. And if the speakers do not pronounce this final as in RP, we call it a non-rhotic dialect. Okay, so if you say other, sounding like General American, then that is rhotic. Okay, you have a rhotic ending in your word. And if you say other, right, trying to sound quite British, then that it would be a non-rhotic variety. Do you have any questions or comments about this? Next one.
Teacher.
Yes, sir.
Why you use periods in the phonetic symbols?
Just to separate the syllables, because I've been, we have one syllable here, another one here, but helping has two. It's very easy to identify syllables in English because whenever you find a vowel, you have a syllable. For example, helping has two syllables because it has the vowel sound e and the vowel sound I. Helping. Okay, so here you have two syllables. So the period here divides the syllables. In Malaysian has three syllables. It has 1, 2, 3 vowel sounds. So these dots here, or periods, indicate the division, the syllable division. Okay, when you have a long word, what's the first syllable, what's the second one, and what's the last one? This is not mandatory. It's not something that you have to do. Okay, this is just to show you that in this word, for example, the second syllable is stressed. Therefore, the first one has a schwa, and the second one, and the last one, sorry, has a schwa as well, because they are unstressed syllables. That's all. But do not get confused with that one, because it's not mandatory for you. In the previous sentence, 20 also has two syllables. The one including this vowel sound, e, and the one with e, 20, right? The way that syllables are divided in English is not exactly as we divide them in Spanish. We're not going to talk about that now because that's part of the next course, syllable division. But remember this, syllables in English are not divided just like we do in Spanish. When we, clap and we say, for example, ven, ta, na, si, ya. And by clapping, we can actually know the number of syllables in Spanish. It helps in English, but it doesn't work exactly like in Spanish. Okay, but we're going to see that next course, how syllables are divided in English. Okay, the next statement, right? Southeast Asians to speak better English, right? To speak better English. So there are a couple of differences here, of course. Do you have any comments or questions? The other option, this is I would say more American version, right? But in a more received pronunciation or British way, it's okay to think about a diphthong here. Ow. Okay, so if you use the south, you use the diphthong. This is correct. Okay, southeast, southeast, east. We should think about a long e, a diphthong a here, a schwa here. Okay, Asians, Asians. It's okay to use a long u here. Okay, or a schwa, considering that to is a preposition, so it's a function word. And when we are talking about function words, it's okay to use a weak form, changing the long u to schwa. Just like when we talk about for, right? Long o, but we could use a schwa as we were using a weak form. The same thing with to. Instead of using long u, we can use a schwa. A question for you. Do you know the difference between content words and function words? Yes, no, I'm not so sure. Do you know the difference between content words and function words?
Yes, but I'm not that sure. Maybe.
Okay. When we think about content words, we think about nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. Content words are words like, for example, house, flower, run, study, green, tall, short, slowly, quickly. Okay, so nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs are content words. And these are the ones that carry most of the information when you are talking. For example, whenever you think about one sentence or one message, we usually focus on the content words. For example, if you have the sentence, I'm going to watch some TV after the class. I'm going to watch some TV after the class. The most important concepts or words in the sentence are the content words. I, going, study, watch, TV, right? Class. Those are the content words. And some functional words that I remember could be articles, like, for example, the, prepositions like for and to, right? So content words are important because they carry the meaning, right? And function words help to give the message consistency, right? So here in the first sentence, I would say so is a function word, for is a function word, the is a function word, but past, 20 and years would be content words. Okay, this is a sort of content that you will see in grammar. Okay, in grammar, content words and function words. So remember, content words are nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. Sustantivos, verbos, adjetivos, adverbios. Those are the content words. And those words are the ones that carry the meaning in a sentence. Okay, they're the most meaningful words in a message, right? Okay, so in my idea is the following, and I'm going to switch to Spanish for a little bit. Una vez que se entiende que las content words son las que, palabras importantes que llevan el sentido del mensaje, significado más importante, las function words proporcionan la consistencia o la estructura para que estas palabras se interrelacionen. Los artículos, interjecciones, las preposiciones, todas esas dan una estructura al mensaje, pero no llevan el contenido o el significado como si lo hacen los sustantivos, adjetivos, verbos y adverbios. Entonces, como las más importantes, las que llevan el significado, ¿cierto? Son las content words. Las function words se pueden abreviar de cierta manera. Se puede modificar su pronunciación, porque no son tan importantes como las otras. Entonces, todas estas function words, que serían, por ejemplo, preposiciones, artículos, como los que le indiqué antes, el for, to, strong. I think we're back. Sorry. Okay, and the weak form of this preposition would be to, with a schwa. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. All right, and to finish with this analysis, we have speak with the long E. We have better, right, with the E and the schwa. It's not it's not better, right? Better. The second one is a schwa. Remember the idea that better has two syllables. Which one is the stress syllable? This symbol tells you that the first one, be, is the stress syllable. So the second one is unstressed. Therefore, you can use a schwa here, right? I mean, you have to use a schwa. Better, right? Better. And then English has two short lax E. English, right? Just a quick reminder, this is not a vowel sound, but it's a very interesting consonant sound that some pronounce incorrectly because it's sh, not ch. So you say, I'm studying English, and not English, okay? Not English. All right, so is this okay? Do you have questions or comments? Anything, please, in English or Spanish. Okay, all right.
Profesor,
Yes, sir.
si en una prueba nos coloca, por ejemplo, function words y nos coloca dos tipos de símbolos vocales, y suponiendo que suponiendo que los dos están bien, pero nos coloca un audio, ¿qué, qué pasa ahí? ¿Tenemos que responder al audio
that's a
o
great
responder
question.
a lo que hemos pasado aquí?
That's a great question. Can you hear me?
Sí, sí.
Okay, that's a great question. Do you want the answer in English or Spanish?
En español, por favor.
Okay. En este curso, como estamos estudiando los aspectos segmentales del inglés, segmentales significa que nos enfocamos en los sonidos del inglés. ya solamente los sonidos del inglés, individualmente. Y cómo están estos en una palabra, en un texto oral, en un texto auditivo. En este curso, la transcripción, si ustedes la hacen, por ejemplo, por ejemplo, to, con una U larga, ¿cierto? Tense long U, o si la hacen con una schwa, estaría correcta. Idealmente en este curso, en realidad, la U sería lo correcto, porque como estamos estudiando lo segmental, sería lo adecuado. Pero ya en cursos futuros, como el siguiente semestre, ustedes tendrían que escuchar a la persona que está hablando en el audio y definir, a ver, esta persona está usando una, ¿cómo se diría en inglés? Strong form, to, or a weak form, to, with the schwa. ¿Okay? En este curso, cualquiera de las dos transcripciones, la que incluye, por ejemplo, el U o estarían correctas.
Ok, gracias.
You're welcome. Very, very good question, by the way. Okay, for the next exercise, are you seeing the website, the YouTube website, right?
Yes.
Yes, all right. Thank you for the feedback. So I'm going to play the next session. No, the next section of the video, and this time I want you to focus on the initial consonant sounds. Okay, the initial consonant sounds. If the word starts with a vowel, just skip it. Okay, for example, if you have the word ago, just skip it. For example, in the YouTube website now, we have the closed caption that says to speak better English, right? To speak better English. For example, you focus on the initial sound in to, which is a t, right? The initial sound in speak, which is an s, and the initial consonant sound in better, which is a b, and you skip English because English starts with a vowel sound, okay? So focus on the initial consonant sounds of the words. If the word starts with a vowel sound, skip it, okay? Do not analyze that. Here we go.
And
Sorry, let me double check if, are you listening?
so for the past 20 years, I've been
Yes.
helping Malaysians and other Southeast Asians to speak better English.
Okay, here we go. So with the other section.
And through training thousands of Southeast Asians, I've discovered a very surprising truth. So for the past 20 years, I've been helping Malaysians and other Southeast Asians to speak better English. And through training thousands of Southeast Asians, I've discovered a very surprising truth. English. And through training thousands of Southeast Asians, I've discovered a very surprising truth. Speak better English. And through training thousands of Southeast Asians, I've discovered a very surprising truth.
Okay, ready to discover the surprising truth? Here we go.
I've discovered that how well somebody communicates in English actually has very little to do with their English level. And through training thousands of Southeast Asians, I've discovered a very surprising truth. I've discovered that how well somebody communicates in English actually has very little to do with their English level. I've discovered a very surprising truth. I've discovered that how well somebody communicates in English.
Are you all right with that one?
Yes, I
Actually
think.
has very
Okay.
little to do with their English level.
All right, then let's take a look at your options. I'm just going to offer a suggestion. Okay. So the consonant sounds, the initial consonant sounds that we should be focusing on are as in through, right? T, again, in thousands. D, V, S, T again, D again, V, W, which is a semi-vowel or a glide, S, K, are we okay with those?
Yes.
Okay, and we need to be very careful about this because if it's in an exercise or in a quiz or in a test, the instruction says identify the initial consonant sounds, that you pay attention to only the initial consonant sounds, and then you disregard or skip the words that start with a vowel sound. Okay, now let's take a look at these consonant sounds. Let's see what time it is. Okay. Now, what we're going to do now is yes, 8:30. Yeah, we're going to take a break now. Okay. We're going to take a 10-minute break. And after the break, we are going to go back to the vowel sounds that we analyzed in the first exercise. We're going to choose a couple of them and we're going to classify them according to the criteria. Okay, very, very little. Because I just want to double check that you are okay with describing these vowel sounds using more technical language, right? And then we're going to do the same with the consonant sounds, if you can at least refer to what the place of articulation is for this initial consonant sounds. And describe these consonant sounds, hopefully referring to the place of articulation. And we can push a little bit more if you can describe them in terms of the manner of articulation. and a little bit more, and the extra effort or the bonus if the sounds, the consonant sounds are voiced or voiceless, okay? So we're going to have a short break now, a 10-minute break. And after that, we're going to analyze, as I said before, the vowel sounds in the first slide, okay? A couple of them, not all of them, maybe 3 or 4. And also maybe 3 or 4 consonant sounds here, okay? So I'll see you, those of you who are staying in the room in 10 minutes, okay? Is that okay for you?
Yes.
Yes, fine for me.
Alrighty. So remember, I'll see you in 10 minutes, okay?